Okay.
You in there?
Cool, man.
You in there?
Yeah, we good now. All right, man. What up, world? Welcome to another episode of R.M.T. That's Real Men Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man. I got my boy EIG in the building.
What up? What up, everybody?
Oh, yeah. And so we finna come to y'all with just another conversation. Let y'all come in. That conversation around the barbecue grill at the barber shop.
Man,
Let y'all peek into our conversation and join in with us, man. And
come on in.
before we even get started, man, I want to give a shout out, man. I just want to give a thanks to everybody that's been showing us love, man, on Facebook, YouTube,
Absolutely.
Instagram, even on Anchor, man. Everybody that's been tuning in, listening, and even the people that I talk to, man. I appreciate y'all for even bringing it up and letting us know how you feel. I clicked on, I listened this, and I like that, man. I appreciate that, man. And so y'all go in there, continue to like, comments. Matter of fact, if it's something that y'all want to hear RMT talk about, hit
Yeah,
us up. Let us know. Put it up under a post. Send us a message on YouTube, but let us know what you'd like to hear us talking about. All right. So
yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. Before I go any further with this topic, EI, you got any shout outs, man?
Hey, man, I like to start it off right. First and foremost, shout out to the listeners. Anybody that's listening, even if you don't feel what we're doing, just your time personally to
Mm-hmm.
sit and look at us, critique, be skeptic, love it, enjoy it. Hey,
Oh yeah,
we embrace it all. Thank y'all
yeah.
for the listeners, man. And on the second tip, man, I've been living in Conway, Arkansas, man, for 10 years now. You know what I mean?
Uh,
And so I never, we always moved around when I was younger. My dad was, hey, we were moving. So,
right,
you
right.
know, shout out to right now, I got 10 years. It's the longest place I've been in one spot ever.
Oh yeah,
So
oh yeah.
shout out to them. I'm always pay my homage to Marianna, Arkansas, Lee Senior High Trojans. Y'all know what it is.
Oh yeah, oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But at
sir,
this
Doc.
stage in my life,
Yeah.
right now, I've been in Conway 10 years, man. So shout out
Mhm.
for the city of Conway. And also I've been
Oh yeah.
married I've been married almost 10 years, man.
Oh
So
yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I'm
Big
working on
ass on
10
that,
years
man.
marriage, man. So shout out to my
Yeah.
wife, shout out
That's
to my
good. That's
kids, shout
good.
out to all
That's
family,
good,
man.
man. Blessing to everybody, man. Especially shout out to the wife, and man, I really appreciate her letting you take out time of your day. You know what I'm saying?
Hey
And
man,
so,
she let me
shoot,
go, man. She let me go, man.
man, without further ado, man. Since you done did that, man, I gotta get shout out to
Come on. Go.
my beautiful wife, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, baby.
Yes, sir.
Support me through all this, man. And let me carve out some time to really work on this. Not only do the podcast, but the editing and putting everything
Man.
together. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah. So
Yes,
big
sir.
shout out to her, baby.
Shout
Yes,
out to
sir.
Mrs. Nash. You know what I'm
To the
saying?
missus. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's
Oh
go.
yeah, man. Without further ado, let's get into it, man. And I know a lot of y'all wondering and trying to figure out what's this. Let me tell y'all that on today we're gonna talk about stop lying to yourself.
Huh,
Yes,
you ain't got to
sir.
lie, Craig.
Yeah, stop lying to yourself. And I
Yes,
know a
sir.
lot of us, unfortunately, this how we go through life is lying to ourselves. Man,
Mm-hmm.
you know some EI. I'm gonna kind of open it up here, man.
Yeah.
Lying to yourself feels good.
Oh, yeah,
Lying to
man.
yourself feels good, especially when you messing up. Oh man, when you
Mm,
messing up, lying to yourself feels great. It feels phenomenal.
yep.
Knowing that I can go to this lie to comfort me in something that I'm doing wrong or my
Mm-hmm.
shortcomings. Ooh, ooh,
Yes,
because
sir.
I'm gonna tell you something. Because it's very hard to accept your shortcomings. It's
Yeah.
very hard. It's very hard. And this is the thing. When you go into something and you think you more than what you are when you get there, and
Mm.
then somebody that have been there for a while and been doing it, they let you know, hey man, you not all that. You not all that. And let me give you an example. I'm gonna go down the line.
All right.
When just say It's an NBA player. Get drafted to the NBA. He was dominating in middle school,
Yeah.
dominating high school, the top player in high school, top player in college. Then he get to the NBA and they be like, oh, well, you made it. You good enough to get here, but you're not on that same level you was when you was in middle school, in high school, or even on the collegiate level. You're not that. When you get here, you used to be the top dog. Now you just in the pack. You know, that does something to you. And for you to go in there and say, you know what, I'm still the top player. Yeah,
Right.
that's what you can say, but the results are in, and it says that you're not. You know, even when and let me use this example, like even going into, like, you know, I see a lot of women that open up boutiques and they selling different products and this and that. When you go into that, even being an entrepreneur and working and doing things for yourself, you can lie to yourself like, I got it going on. I got everything figured out. And guess what, I don't need nobody help. I don't need nobody help because I got it figured out. And but the thing about it, when you see your money in the negative, you're not making any profit, but you posting on Facebook like you got it going on. You know, you got it going on, but your credit cards are maxed out. Your account in the negative, but you got a nice house, you got a nice car, you got the image, but you don't have the funds. And so, man, before I even keep on going, man, let me bring you in here, man, because I'm kind of heated. I ain't gonna say I'm heated, man, but I'm kind of passionate about this because it's me.
I feel you,
that
man.
it happened to. You know what I'm saying? When you're speaking from personal experience, you be more passionate about it because it's something that you went through. But man, give me your take on, just stop lying to yourself.
Man, one thing, like you said, it feels good when we lie to ourselves, man. And it feels good to that. It feels good to that ego. You know what I mean? It feels good to our sense of pride when we can lie to ourselves. And one place that I've experienced it a lot in my life, man, is just when there are people that don't feel like they're wrong about anything. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
They don't want to take accountability for anything that could have contributed to something bad or looking negative, or maybe it was a mess up, maybe it was a shortcoming. And when we do that, when we lie to ourselves, man, we try to find ways to deflect. We try to find masks to put on to make ourselves be seen as, hey, that's not me. I wasn't the reason that this is. I'm not the reason this marriage is where it is. I'm not the reason my finances turned out like this. And a lot of those people got things they can point to, man. Like, hey, what happened in our childhood? What happened with my parents? How I grew up? Which these are all factors. But you're lying to yourself if you just say that, hey, look, you have no contribution toward it, man. And a lot of people, if we could just accept that sometimes, hey, there's a possibility I could be wrong. You know what I mean? You ever been in an argument, man, that like, man, I got the facts, I got receipts, I got everything that's needed to show, hey, I'm right. And when you do that, when you take that position, man, you're lying to yourself to say that, hey, I'm above somebody because I'm right.
Ooh.
Or you're lying to yourself when you say, hey, I want to expose that person, make you feel bad because maybe I do know a little something more. But am I right in attacking and downing? And how that relates to lying to ourselves is, man, the truth is that you could be wrong. The truth is, hey, I could be at fault. And if I'm not, if I could say, well, hey, I didn't take them cookies, right? If somebody want to know who took the cookies, man. You know what I mean? It was 8 Oreos in the pack left. Now it's 2. and I could stand on the fact that, hey, look, I know I didn't do it. So now let me get my energy up. Let me start cussing. Let me start judging the next person. This is all lies to yourself, man. Like when we lie to ourselves, just as far as the position we want to take, and we don't have to take that, man. I
That's
like
good.
that example you use about when you find out that somebody maybe is better than you at something.
Ooh.
Or you know what I mean? Or you find
Ooh.
out that, hey, somebody's getting a better response. And maybe these people that are on media
Mhm.
platforms, maybe you see somebody that's got a bunch of followers. Maybe they got thousands and millions of followers, you
Right.
know? And so you striving to come up, you're doing your thing locally in your little town. People know you. Hey
Right.
man, I know you on
Right.
Facebook, see you on TikTok, yada yada
Yeah.
yada.
Yeah.
And your
Uh-huh.
stuff run across somebody who's got big followers, and they say, "Well, hey man, maybe you should try this. Work on your, segues. Work on your lighting. Work
Right.
on your
Right.
presentation."
Yep.
And you'd be
Yep.
lying to yourself to take the position of,
Mm.
look, well, let me get defensive
Mm.
because you wrong, brother. I'm
Yep.
good over here. And it
Yep.
hurt to know that somebody else do that. It maybe is better. But we lie to
Mm-hmm.
ourselves to say that they aren't, which hinders us from getting better. I could go from
Ooh.
200 followers to maybe a million or whoever, or
Yeah.
like whoever that other person is, if I
Right.
chose, man,
Right.
to just not lie to myself and say, hey, yeah, okay, maybe I could do this. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a superstar, but there's so many
Right.
ways, man, that we could point to in lying to ourselves, just not being truthful. And that really boils down to, man, owning what we need to own.
What you
You know
need
what
to
I
own.
mean?
Yep.
You just gotta own what you
Yep.
need to own. If it's a mess up, own it.
Yeah.
Embrace it. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
saying celebrate it. Hey, I
Yeah.
regret maybe some mistakes I made, but I
Mm-hmm.
got to embrace it, accept that, hey, I
Got
did
to.
that. I
Yep.
slipped
Yep.
up. And if we
Yep.
do that a more lot, even with relationships with friends, spouses, partners, whatever, man, so
Mm-hmm.
it could be a lot better mood around the house or in that relationship just because you ain't taking that pious position, man, that,
Yeah.
raise your nose up, and look down on,
Oh.
and help us to
Oh.
just see each other as the same. Nobody's better. I'm not beneath you. I'm not above
Mm-hmm.
you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We just got to stop lying to ourselves, man, and own what we got to own, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got for you, Stan.
Man, that's good, man. I was sitting down, man, because you was dropping some nuggets, and I was taking some notes over here because I want to follow up with a few things that you said, man.
Come on,
And,
Doc. Come
and,
on.
and so a couple of things, man, I jotted down what you was saying, and one that stuck out first. I got a couple of things was blaming others.
Yeah,
That's one of the things is blaming others. That was something that you mentioned that we lie to ourselves when we start blaming others for stuff that we did.
man.
And so we can get in this place where we blame others so much that we never take accountability for what we are doing. And
Right.
so when we start lying, we can get in a mind frame to put us in a place that our lies are truth to us. When
Mm,
everybody else can see, and see, man, I'm gonna tell you, you can be lying to yourself. You convince yourself you lying so good, you convince yourself that you convince somebody else. That's how
man.
good, hey, that's
Woo.
how good your lie can get. You
Yes,
can
sir.
lie to yourself so good that you will start to believe it, that you'll make somebody else believe it. That's how good your line is to yourself. I can
Man.
say, you know what? Guess what, EI? Man, I got now I haven't started anything, but I'm just saying, you
Mm-hmm.
know what, EI? I got 1 million followers on Instagram. You're not on Instagram, and the other people around me not on Instagram. And so I said I got 1 million followers, man. I was on there last night, man. I got 20,000 likes. I got 50,000 comments, man. I'm rolling. Y'all like
Right.
every post that I put on there, man. I'm getting like 50, 80,000, 200,000 likes, man. I even got a
Right.
million likes on my last post I post last week. A person can be so passionate about their line that they be so convincing that you will be like, you don't want to go on there and look to see what they talking about because
Man.
they be so convincing in their line. And
Boy.
then hold on, I'm going somewhere with this.
Come
They
on.
be so convincing with that line that when you come back and say, man, I had looked you up, you didn't have no million followers. Oh man, Instagram had took my page down. I had to start back over. Uh, hey,
Yeah.
You blaming somebody else for a lie that you made up, but to cover your back, you want to put it on somebody else, blaming others. You know what I'm saying? And hold on, let me go back, go down the list, man. Now,
Go ahead,
another
Doc.
point that you pointed out, man, somebody better than you.
Mm.
Somebody better than you. Hey, listen, I'm gonna use myself for example, man. I'm gonna use
Yeah.
myself for example because I can sit back and listen to our first episode all the way up till now. Now, let me be honest. When I first started, I was a little bit all over the place. I didn't wait to talk I didn't wait to say the things that I needed to say at the right time.
Okay.
My brain was moving faster than my mouth. So by the time my mouth caught up with my brain, I was all over the place. And so a lot of times when I'm talking to people, they'll be like, yeah, I heard. And even on times when you was on here, you'll ask me, you'll be like, man, you trying to explain to me what I was saying to myself. You know, you'll be like, so are you saying this? I just want to get it right. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying this and that? But with that, that made me go back and start being intentional about how I'm saying things, the topic that I pick,
Right.
taking my time and thinking it out before I get on here and talk about it.
Wow.
You know, and even pausing, slowing myself down. You know, I started taking the next thing is accountability. I started taking accountability that I knew that, okay, I can look at EI. I'm looking at EI. I'm like, dang, man, that boy EI, man. And I'm gonna say that I was like, man, that boy EI out here, that boy better than me on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this boy enunciating his words. This boy got good subject. He lead up and this and that. And instead of me getting mad at my friend, my compadre, then I ask you questions. I ask you questions about stuff to make me better because I found somebody that's close to me that's good at something that I want to get better at. And so I push my ego to the side to learn. And as I continue to learn, now I can help somebody that's in that place. So I took accountability. You see what I'm saying? So me taking that accountability, it made the episodes better. Me not saying, oh, since I ain't doing it with EI no more, since he think he better than me and he think he can talk and he can sing and all this. You know what I'm saying? He got his little chain on. You know, it could have turned into it could have, but you see what I'm saying? It could have turned into something that it didn't have to be. But because I want to get better, and if you want to get better, let me talk to you for a second. If you want to get better, you take the accountability and don't be ashamed to ask for somebody. Like I got love for me, so I didn't mind asking him. You know, yeah, man. So that was three things that I took from when you was talking, man. I just pulled those nuggets out of there, and I want to go here, man, because you do such an excellent job at this, man. I want to give the listeners. Can you give the listener can you give the listeners an example of when you have stopped lying to yourself? I gave a little example of myself. I put myself out there. And EI, you do it so well, man. Can you get the listeners, man, just a little, a little sample? You know how you do it, baby. Throw it out.
Man, hey, man,
you had to stop lying to yourself, man. Come on now.
Man, hey, it's always a plethora of things I can pull from, man, in these instances that we talk about, man. But just to think of one off the top, man, a lot of times, see, I went to school, man, hopping, I said earlier, my dad, we always moved around, right?
Right.
Just from school to school, city to city, and as a kid, man, it was like, all right, always being the new kid, always having to adapt to a new environment, man, again and again
Mm-hmm.
and again. And as I got older, I looked at people that didn't move a lot, right? And I
Right.
began to have some resentment against my parents for
Mm-hmm.
always uprooting us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
and, and,
Right.
and so as a young adult, man, it was like, wow, man, I could have, man, if I'd have stayed here, I could have been this. Or
Right.
if I could have stayed here, I could have been that. Well, I'm like this because we moved so much and blah blah
Yep.
blah, and all these excuses, man, that I had for what
Mm.
I wasn't able to do at this current moment. Now, mind you, I'm a
Mm.
grown man. I'm a
Yeah.
grown man, but
Yeah.
lying to myself because it felt good to know that, hey, yeah, it's somebody else's fault you ain't getting up on your business.
Ooh. Ho, ho.
Yeah,
Mm.
it felt good to know that, hey, look, I don't have to look away
Right.
because, man, I was a kid. I was getting moved around here and there. But I'm a
Yeah.
grown man still saying this every year.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm grown now, my parents can't move me around. So every
Right.
year that go by, I still got this story.
Yep.
I'm still holding on to, what they did,
Mm.
as to far as why I can't be this, why
Ooh.
we lived in some big cities, and I feel like, well, I'd
Right.
probably be
Right.
somewhere further in music or doing anything if I was in the
Right.
right networks. And if my mom and
Mm-hmm.
dad hadn't moved me around,
Mm-hmm.
hadn't been pulling us, yanking us, this and that, I could have been something.
Right.
When the truth of it is that, hey, look, man, you move. Yeah, I was moved around, but when I became a man, that should have been my opportunity to say,
Yep.
hey, now I
Yep.
know what happened. Now I can maybe move to wherever city I want to be in, or plant myself
Mm-hmm.
somewhere here and do this and that. But for so
Mm-hmm.
long, man, I was even a little bitter. This was a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
I'm blaming this. I got real emotions toward my
Mm.
parents over a lie
Mm.
when it was all
Mm.
my accountability, man. You know what I
Woo.
mean?
Yeah.
Real, I felt this, man. This was deep rooted, and that's what's so
Mm-hmm.
crazy about this topic, and what's so good about this topic you brought, Stan, was
Mm-hmm.
just that you hear the term about pathological liars, what you was talking about. These people that
Yeah.
have to, they just, man, they'll lie. It feels good to lie, and they
What?
believe the lie. The lie is so
Mm-hmm.
good they believe it,
Yep.
and we got to be careful of that, man, because it does nothing but it holds us back ourselves, man,
There you
when
go.
we sit up and blame somebody else for something. Now,
Mm-hmm.
there was a truth in we moved around a lot, but
Right.
the lie
Right.
was that the reason I'm where I'm at now is because of them. When no, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
man now. I've been,
Yep.
I've been a man for, man, it's going on almost 20 years, right? What was that,
Yeah.
18?
Yes,
I
sir.
don't do my math right,
Eight.
but it's been a
Yeah.
minute. And if I can't
Mm-hmm.
get that together in 20 years, and
Yep.
I'm still singing the same old tune,
Yep.
man, it's all on me. And I'm defeating myself, man. And I was
Mm.
able to wake up, man, from that and see it in a lot more ways than just looking at my parents moving me around.
It's good.
I was able to see a lot more ways that I
Mm-hmm.
blamed a lot of people. I'm lying to myself from not
Yep.
taking accountability, man. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
oh, the lying and accountability go hand in hand. The other end of
Woo.
the spectrum, man.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
if I'm lying to myself, there's something that
Mm-hmm.
I'm not owning up to. And
Oh yeah.
and I did that, man, for a lot of years. I did that with certain jobs. I did that with
Mm-hmm.
school. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I started in college and then stopped, but so
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't look away when I got around people who did have degrees. I could
Yeah.
point to my childhood. I could point to my parents. And I
Yep.
could really feel this emotion and believe it myself, man. So,
Yep.
man, you're only free when you can own that, because once you're free and you stop lying to yourself,
Yep.
man, you feel like, oh man, I can do this. I can achieve that. I can
Mm-hmm.
do this. And people know when you're lying to yourself. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah.
They know. Like you said, hey, you told somebody you got 1 million followers, man. And if I ain't heard about, if I'm on there and I ain't heard about you, then I know you ain't being 100, right?
Right.
So it's we think we're doing it for somebody else because we care so much about what people, how they view us. We care so
Mm-hmm.
much about how people look. And if we look up bad, or if we look like, oh, I was wrong, we look like, oh, I messed up on that. And my point is, it's okay. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to not be what society says perfect. You know what I mean? It's okay if you can own it and learn from it and go the other direction, man. So I know that was a little long-winded, man, but
Oh man, that was good, man. I can't that's what I was looking for, man. And so it's the good thing about it is like once you go and you share those details, man, to be what a place where you at now, you had to get you had to understand that perspective for yourself. And I think a lot of people get so caught up in blaming everybody else, pointing the finger at everybody else. That way you don't have to put in any work to change your own circumstances.
man,
You don't have to do it. You don't have to
woo,
do it because I can point the finger at somebody else for the mistakes that's going on in my life now, you know. And just like you was talking about your parents, I think a lot of people blame their parents so much for what they're going through now that they in their 40s, they in their 50s, and they in their 60s. And they
wow,
continue to blame their parents for something that happened. And let's be honest, our parents did the best what they can do when they was doing it.
that's it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
it.
when you get up older, yeah, now you understand you got kids. You like, man,
Yep.
push might come to shove. You don't exactly know everything that went on because you was a
Right.
child.
Right.
You don't know everything that went on. You can easily say, well, daddy should have did this. Mama should have did this. That's easy to say, man, because when
Easy.
problems, situations start happening, bro, you might have to make some decisions that you would normally make and put your family in a certain
Mm.
circumstance that might not be favorable at the time, but you had to do it because that was your best option to keep the family
Mhm.
together, make sure we eat, and make sure we got a roof over our head.
Yes,
And so
sir.
a lot of them decisions that was made, we can get mad at it. Yeah, of course. I can get upset. I can be upset at my dad. I can be upset with my mom because of stuff they did. But at the same time, I'm gonna make some mistakes too as a father.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It's some
Woo.
things I ain't gonna be able to supply as a father. It's some things
Yes.
I ain't gonna be able to teach my daughters as a father because some of that stuff I haven't experienced, some of the stuff I haven't went through,
Right.
you know. And so
And
I'm not gonna be able to give them everything. I'm not gonna be able to do everything. So stop blaming your parents. Even if you need to go to some therapy, go to the therapy to get that off. It could be any kind of childhood drama that you went through and you trying to get over it. But the first thing is gonna be like, go work on it so you can get
mm,
to the next stage, man. Because our parents only did what they could do. You see what I'm saying? They
that's
only
it.
did what they can do. And by them only doing what they can do, hey man, it is what it is. I can't blame it on I can't blame it on them. I'm 59. Man, you know what? This happened. No, I'm gonna just take accountability for that. And so, man, let me go this direction for 1 second. Yeah, if you don't mind,
Go,
man.
man, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, that.
You don't mind, man,
Woo.
because that right there a
Nah.
little heavy, man. Let me tiptoe over here for just one hot second, man.
Come on.
So
Come on.
so man, I'm finna go here, man. I'm gonna rip this band-aid off, man. Rip the scab off, man. So check this
Oh,
out. So check this out, man. All right. So do you think people when they in a relationship,
okay.
you know, they in a relationship and all the signs are pointing that it's over with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this gone, and he praying to God for signs, and ain't nothing happening, and this and that, and everything that went left. But
Okay.
in your mind, you like, you know what? I can still do it. I
Mm.
can still do it.
Yeah.
I can still do it, man. I you know what? Yeah, he might have cheated on me. He might have hit me, but it's okay. you know it's
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. It's
Huh?
okay. It's cool. It's
Yeah.
okay, man. She might have bust my windows out and slashed my tires, man. you know she might even got pregnant by somebody else, but it's okay.
Ooh.
It's okay. But when in
Ooh.
relationship, man, people need to stop lying to themselves, man.
Mm. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I feel like in relationships, man, when people need to stop lying to themselves because everybody's got a capacity, right? Like
Right.
if you look at certain pipes or even like your tires, they got what they call the PSI, you know, and this indicates how much pressure this item can take,
Exactly.
right?
Uh-huh. Right.
And somebody who knows that, hey, I've got an anger problem, an anger issue that I haven't worked out maybe, and I'm not working toward it to get better, but I'm in this relationship where I can, where I want to make it happen because we're used to each other, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we're used
Yep.
to each other. And a lot of times that's what it is in relationships. We're just
Yep.
familiar. We
Yep.
don't want to pull away from toxic relationships because it's familiar. And we
Yep.
try to name it, hey man, I want to make this thing work. When
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we need to learn to you need to hit that wrap it up button quick. If I'm just being straight up, Stan.
Right. Right.
If you know that you're not built that way, and you can see,
Yep.
hey, we argue daily. We're not going for therapy. We're not reading self-help. We're not going to church. We're not talking to mentors. But for the sake of, well, we've been together. We got 5 years in this. And it's
Mm-hmm.
been 5 years of hell. And it's going to be 5 more years of hell. And things can end up to where something tragic happens or something
Yep.
that changes your whole life happens because we want to stick with something familiar. It's easy to stick with you, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that's when we can see that people like jealousy and get in relationships and enjoy the kind of things that ain't good for you. You know,
Mm.
women can put up with
Mm.
men that demean them because, hey, I don't know, because of fear of, I don't know what I'll get out there. I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe I'll be alone. Well, I got these kids. Nobody else ain't gonna want me. I guess I better put up with this. And so I say this to say this. The point to stop lying to yourself is when you have a talk with yourself, you got to look in that mirror and you got to
Mm-hmm.
be straight up. And you gotta be straight up,
Mm-hmm.
and look at the
Got
relationship
to.
for what it look at it for what it is, and look at whatever fruit y'all have had you've had from it. What good can you look at from this relationship? If it's
Mm.
just I can look at the sex, if it's just I can look at a few good times, you need to reconsider.
Yep.
You need to reconsider because these things change. You know what I mean? You ain't
Man.
gonna a man ain't gonna be the star in the bedroom all the years of his life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Things start moving and drooping on bodies, both men and women, that ain't
Amen.
appealing, right?
Yep.
So then what do you
Right.
hold on to? Then what are we
Mm-hmm.
fighting for? So
Mm-hmm.
to be honest with myself, I have to know that where I am, does this work with how you are without trying to change each other, without trying to groom each other, man. And so that point to stop lying to yourself is out the gate. You know what I mean? Don't
Mm-hmm.
don't wait. Don't go years. Don't do things that you regret. There are people that I know love their children, but regret maybe having children with a man or a certain woman. Only
Yep.
because we know we got to deal with each other and we can't deal with each other. You know what I mean? My limit is here, but I get with somebody who stay up here. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So when am I gonna stop lying to myself in that essence? But on the flip side, also, man, when am I gonna stop lying to myself that I'm not the reason that this relationship is as toxic as it is?
Right. Right.
When am I gonna stop lying to myself that, yeah, she slashed my tires and bust my window out? But what did I what you know what I mean?
Right.
What
Right.
what did I do? And I'm not justifying that. Don't tear up property. Don't do that. And
Right.
don't
Don't do that.
and don't
Please
harm
don't.
people.
We're not
We
condoning it at all.
we don't do that here at R.M.T.
Right.
We're not
Right.
for that.
Mm-hmm.
But taking accountability for
Oh
and
yeah.
knowing that, wow, maybe I shouldn't call her out her name all the time. Maybe
Mm.
I should help her when she cook, clean, do the kids' homework, do hair, get them ready. Yeah, I bring home the money, but do I have any compassion enough to love her and see her? And
Yep.
same for the woman.
Yep.
Show that man that he's appreciated. Do I
Yep.
do that? Do you do that? We
Yep.
got to take accountability out the gate, man.
Mm.
Not get into stuff. Not don't keep sleeping with people when you know,
Right.
because that sleeping around part, Stan. You know,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that
That
bring things,
causes
man. Y'all can
that
be
that
cool,
that had you lying to yourself too. That'll be the
boy,
main reason you lying to yourself, man. You
man.
know.
Hey, y'all
Yeah.
can be
Some good top
cool,
and good bottom. You know. That'll have you lying to yourself.
man.
You know what I'm saying? They just being
Man,
honest. Some sex and some good head will have you lying to yourself. For real. You
man.
know.
That's one of the many weaknesses, men that you know what I mean? That
Yep.
we lie to ourselves because, man, I'm pleased sexually like
Yep.
great.
Yep.
So lie to myself that, yeah, man, you can handle that. Yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
you can put up with somebody stepping out on you.
Yep.
You can handle that, man. No, they just went through
Mm-hmm.
something. Oh, she just
Yeah.
like that. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he just like it. He only put his hands on me when he drink. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Stuff like this, man, where we lie to ourselves. Yeah, we do it all the time, man. We do it all the time, and choosing to have sex. I know this a little bit off the road
Nah,
that
it
we
ain't.
on, but we can start in a relationship and it's all cool, right? Y'all dating, talking, maybe. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
we go eat, message here and there. But
Mm-hmm.
bruh, y'all have some relations,
Man, I'm
and,
telling
and
you.
and things change, right?
Oh yeah.
It's changed. There's some expectations on you, some expectations you got of
Mm-hmm.
her, all this other stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, before we sleep with somebody, let's be real with ourselves. Let's stop lying to ourselves, man.
I'm lying to ourselves. Yes, sir.
Man. But
Woo.
anyway, that's hey, I went too long on
Yeah.
that, man.
No,
So go
no, no,
ahead,
man.
man.
You good. You good, man, because this is the thing about it, man. I want to get a complete thought out on the situation because I want nobody to be listening here and it's incomplete. I want to make sure that they
Yeah,
get the whole shebang, get everything
right,
whole. And so,
man.
man, with that being said, the last thing that I want to touch on real quick is that you know also, man, another way that we lie to ourselves is, especially I just said people is we lie to ourselves about our health. You know, I know it was a young lady that I work with, and she had a great personality and everything. But the thing about it is that she was working so much, she was making good money, doing a lot of overtime, making money. But thing about it, she wasn't going to get her regular checkups like she usually get. And so
Mm,
about time she went and got a checkup, they found out that she had cancer. So
wow.
when she found out she had cancer, it was so aggressive already that she went through the treatments and everything. And so she went through the treatment. She left work for a little bit, and then she came back.
Mm.
So when she came back or whatever, she worked for a little while, but then she passed away after that. And so I would say this: look out for your health, because you can be lying to yourself saying, okay, yeah, my
Ooh.
stomach hurt right now, but I ain't gonna go to the doctor. It ain't nothing but a little stomach ache. Yeah, I got this knot on my side. When I got this knot on my neck, it ain't
Yeah,
nothing, it'll go down. I've been
man.
coughing for the past 2 weeks. It ain't nothing, man. I'm gonna just take some and I'm gonna lay down. Or my
Right.
head been hurt. So some of those symptoms that come up, we can be lying to ourselves like, man, it ain't nothing, when you should go ahead and get it checked out. So with
Man.
that being said, man, go get a checkup. I know the money good. I know that you might be young right now, or your body might be feeling good, but go get checked out, just like you go and you got get your oil change. At so many miles, you go get your oil change. On a certain date, you go get your oil change. You go get your
Right.
tires changed out. They
Right.
excuse me. The tires start going bald. You go get
Right.
some more tires. So
Yeah.
you'll go get that automobile checked out, but what's getting you around is your body. And so
Yeah.
what's getting you around is your body. So you won't let that, golly, you got to get that checked out as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that's crazy that you say that, man. Especially, this being R.M.T, man.
Okay.
Women too. I definitely want to highlight that too. But men, so many times, and I'm guilty of it, man. Because we men, we try
Yep.
to tough through everything. We
Everything.
don't want to
Yep.
go get these checkups that we need to get checked. Hey, man,
Nope. Nope.
prostate, all these things that you need to do that's uncomfortable. You don't want to seem weak, or hey, my dad did, my granddad didn't ever, all the different ways, and uh the ways of people in the past that did things, and just the ways of men, a lot of men in society, we just try to tough it out. We don't like going to the doctor. And I get it, I'm
Right.
working on myself.
Mm-hmm.
But we do need to pay attention to the signs. Don't lie to yourself. If that car, you driving that car, you ain't changed that oil in a year. Yeah, don't lie to yourself that, man, I've been saving money. I've been saving this money. This is good. And you lying to yourself thinking that, man, you know what? I don't hear nothing.
Right.
I don't hear nothing.
Right.
She got to be good under there. And
Yeah.
she ain't had an oil change in a year or two. You, you know,
Right.
and
Oh man.
so yeah, men, get checked. That was a good point, Stan. I love that, man. Pay attention to the signs with our health, not just men, women too. But don't
Yeah.
lie to yourself. If it's something there, get checked out, man.
Mm-hmm. That's why I want to get that example of that young lady first.
Man, that was
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm. And so, man, man, it's about that time, man. This is when I like to get out the interstate. You know, let the top back, man. Put on my signal light, man. Come around there to EI's corner.
Yeah. Y'all, come on, man. Come on, man. Look,
Yes, sir. Yes,
I ain't
sir.
gonna hold you up. A lot of times you stop by on the corner, somebody selling something. Hey, here at R.M.T with your boy EIG, I ain't selling nothing, man. Just
Yes,
holler at me
sir.
for a quick second. So,
Yes, sir.
you know, welcome back to another segment, man. Shout out to my boys, Pittsburgh, Steeler Nation. We're gonna always stand up no matter what the records say. And no matter who out there trying to laugh and talk noise at us. So all my R.M.T listeners, the Steelers fan.
What's that? Two
Steelers
and four.
fan. Thank y'all. And we don't have to talk about that record. Y'all see, I'm gonna tell the listeners, don't people like staying the man get you off track. You know what I mean? It gets you
I was
off
just
track.
trying to see, man. I was trying to
Stay
see what the record
true.
was, man. I was just trying to see what the record was,
Real
man.
talk.
That's all.
Real talk. We 2-4, man. We 2-4, man.
Hey, man.
But anyway, moving on, man. Quick news, man. Quick news. I know we got a lot of stuff going on in media, man. Yeah, I just want to encourage people to pray for Kanye West, man. And to pray for him, not just because, man, you don't hear talking crazy. And you got that right to say whatever opinion, because I'm not here to do that part. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I'm not here to do that, and I'm definitely not here to bash a race of people, or I'm not here to do that. But he's under a lot of scrutiny, and he's a human being, a man, a black man. I can relate just from being a black man, not from that money, because I can't relate with them billions, not yet anyway.
Not yet.
But man, let's just pray for somebody like that. We can see that went through mental health issues, man, and has, had to take medicine, and dealing with kids, and him feeling like his kids are kidnapped. And even if he's lying to himself, he feels that. He feels that he's been done wrong. And I'm not here to talk about wrong or right, but just for us to just support, pray for one another, lift one another up, and not judge one another, man. So,
oh yeah, most definitely.
Shout out to that man, for, hey, standing up for what he believed. I can say that, he's speaking, whether we like it or not. He's staying true to himself, and I can respect that. So absolutely. I just want to pray for him because a lot of things will be getting snatched and pulled from him, for saying certain things. So let's pray for him, man. In other news, Stan, I know you saw this video, man, at the Golden State Warriors practice, man. And,
oh yeah.
And so your boy Draymond Green. He punched Jordan Poole. Mm-hmm. So I just want to have some talk, man. Some real men. Me and you, this dialogue.
Let's do it. Man.
I ain't got a message or nothing, but let's just talk about it, man. So
let's do
a lot of people are on him, right? A lot of people feel one way, they feel another way, like, hey man, hey, sucker punch, and I can see that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of people feel like, hey man, put your hands up. I can see that.
Exactly.
Right. And then some people say, well, man, hey, you ain't expecting that. And I can see that. Right. So here's just a little commentary from me, man. They talking noise. And then he goes and walks up on him. So this is just me. And I'm not I'm not trying to be no tough guy. I've never been just no ready to fight guy. But once somebody get that close as Draymond did you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not expecting that. But once you cross the space barrier, you know what I mean? With that kind of intensity.
Yeah.
Man, hey, you see he pushed him off him. Jordan, he pushed him off of him because, he was yapping and all up, in his face. And he pushed him. And at that point, to me, I feel like this. If I had to push you, after that,
it's time.
Hey, I got to assume the position, man.
Yep.
So, a lot of people bashed Draymond. And I'm not here to judge nobody for feeling how they feel. So I just wanted to get your take. Take. Do you just what's your take on the whole incident? Straight up, real man talk style.
Okay, man. My whole take on the incident is that I listened to. Let me see. It was I don't know the name. I don't know the name of the show, but it was Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. They was talking to somebody that was doing an interview. And they were saying that a lot of times after you win a championship, the rookies or the second year guys come in like they want a bigger role. They done did this, they done did that. So their head is a little bit bigger than what it was when they started out, right?
Right.
And so me looking at their perspective and I ain't gonna say I'm like this, man. I ain't gonna lie. If I see somebody at work slacking off, I'm gonna say something to you.
Okay.
I'm the type of guy. I'm gonna go ahead and nip it in the butt. I'm not gonna be no drawn out. Like you ain't gonna guess how I feel about a situation. I'm gonna let you know. I ain't gonna get in front of nobody or nothing. And yeah, you know this. I'm gonna come. Hey man, so went on. We need to go ahead and get that situated. And so to me, I look at it as Draymond trying to make sure that they stay in tip-top condition. I might be wrong about it, but He's trying to make sure that they stay in tip-top condition in that championship form. And so I think Jordan Poole should have defended himself when he pushed him off. When you put your hands on him, man, you need to get ready to defend yourself.
You need to be ready, bro.
You know, you can't push somebody and then you be like, oh, well, he can't hit me or he can't do nothing to me. You put your hands on him first. So by you pushing him, that gave Draymond a green light. At first, Draymond wasn't doing that. As long as y'all was talking back and forth and arguing, you didn't touch that man, he didn't touch you. But you did get touched once you touched him. And as a man, you got to understand, man, don't be touching another man if you're not ready for physical combat.
Hey, that is the truth, brother. That is the truth. Do not. If you're going to put your hands on another man, hey.
Just be ready, man.
It is what it is. What's coming is coming. So you got, you make it bed, you got to lay in it.
Yeah, so that's me on that, man.
Okay, man. Hey, I'll say, man, you know, I do like the fact that, you know, ironic that we had this show topic, you know, about lying to ourselves and owning things, but I liked how Draymond owned it, you know.
Oh, yeah, he most definitely did.
He owned it like a man, you know what I mean? He regrets doing that. He didn't try to bring up what it was about. Maybe what Jordan said. Maybe Jordan said something that was crossed the line. You know, maybe we don't know that part, but he didn't even go there. He owned all that was for him, man. And that's a good example, man. Just, great example. We mess up. Sometimes we mess up and we'll be like, I can't believe I did that. But y'all, we gotta own it. We gotta own it and not lie to ourselves. So that was on that take, man. And as we're going out from the corner, man, you know, I've been seeing a lot of animal attacks, man. There was a elk, you know, that attacked a tourist at some spot, man. Then there was a video of a bear. A guy was rock climbing and he fighting off a bear with his feet in his hand. I want to tell y'all people that's out there in nature, man, be careful, okay? I love nature.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? But be careful, man. We don't want to see stuff like that, man. We want to see people be able to live long, you know, live long lives, have fun. And if sometimes you just have to watch the Discovery Channel to get close to a polar bear. You know? Exactly. But other than that, on a serious note, y'all, let's spread love, man. That's what I'm all about, man. You know, we don't want to keep the negativity going. We don't want to keep hating. We don't want to keep talking about killing and anger and all this. We need more positivity, y'all. You know, every day you can wake up and see all kind of things that's negative, man. You know, we just saw it. A young man, 32 years old, got killed outside the bar. You know, the NFL guy, I think his name was Antonio, is it Dennard or Denard? But condolences to his family, man. I don't know the scenario, but the point is, y'all, let's keep love. Let's spread some more love. And, you know, thank y'all for, you know, giving me a few moments here on the corner with your boy IG. Man, back to you, Stan.
Yeah, man. I was about to, man, be like the preachers, man. You know, the minister of music, when they ready for the preacher to quit preaching, they start, you know, getting on the keys.
No, man. Hey,
I just wanted to mess with you, bro.
Time to push him along, man.
Hey, come on, man. Time to wrap that thing up. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know, it's church comedy, man. Brother. You know what I'm saying?
Good, man. Yeah. Hey. I had to get that out, man. I had to get it out.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, man. So, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. And like I said, man, catch us on social media platforms. That's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Anchor, Real Men Talk Podcast. Type it in the search. As soon as you see us, like, subscribe, drop us a comment, man. Just show us some love, man. And that'll be all, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.